Hi friends, this is Carmen. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome. We are out in the patio, so you know what that means. We are going to be doing a repotting today. Today we're going to be doing the repotting of my birthday plants that I got about a week or so ago. One of them I'm hoping to even separate into two plants, so fingers crossed that I'm able to do that and I'll get two plants out of it, okay? So let's get to it. Truck. So let me show you real quick which plants I'm going to be repotting. I'm not going to repot all of them. You guys probably remember that beautiful Prince of Orange that I got. That one is in my TV room and I'm not going to repot that one because it really doesn't need it. So that one is going to be staying where it's at. But the three other ones, the Sansevieria francisii, that is going to be repotted into some fresher soil and the pot's going to be cleaned up. Also, my Portulacara afra, the variegated one, and I'm actually going to be hanging that. I'm going to drill into the stucco here a hanger, and I'm going to put it on a macrame hanger. So that should be interesting. And then the one that I'm hoping to get two plants out of is this Philodendron Moonlight. You see those two right here, those two stems? I'm hoping that once I get in there and take a good look at the roots that they will be not so tangled up that I can't separate them and put them in two separate pots in two separate rooms. So that's what I'm hoping to do, okay? So let me get set up here and I'll bring you closer so you can see and we'll get started, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at this. I am going to be cutting off a lot of these dead leaves here, but let's take a look at what we've got here. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Look at that. You think it needs repotting? I am wondering if I should even put it back into this little pot. I should probably find a new bigger pot because look at this guy. That needs a bigger pot. Something. Wow. So I'm going to use my little scissors here and always clean it because this was laying around for a little bit, so I want to make sure that it is clean. So when I went looking for a pot, the only one I found that I was happy with or that I wanted to use was this one. I've had it for a while. I got it from Kohl's clearance, but the only problem with this one, it did not have a hole, so I had to quickly drill a hole into it. And I think that will be perfect. I don't want to cut this aerial root here. I want it to sit like that so the root will still be out. I like the look of that. The other thing I was facing was I have aeroid mix here. This is not really what I want to use for the Sansevieria. Sansevierias are basically like a succulent. They need something more gritty like this. So I had to mix up this little batch here. Okay. This little batch here of some soil and some grit that I have been using as top dressing. So this here, get rid of that. This here is much more in line with what a succulent would want and much more in line with what a Sansevieria would want. So I got rid of as much of the wood chips as I could. That is more in line with an aroid or tropical plant mix, okay? So I'm going to use that. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, which is this Portulacara afra. And this is a succulent, so I went ahead and mixed some more of my kind of impromptu, I'm still taking out wood chips from it, impromptu succulent mix. I will have a video coming up very soon of mixing your own succulent mix, because I'm working with a company that they are going to be sending me some gravel mix that has pumice and gravel in it, and I want to try and make my own succulent mix. So I will be doing that fairly soon, so stay tuned for that. Now I'm going to be using the same pot on this, and I'm hoping that this has dried out enough to take the soil off. Okay, so let's take a look. It's still a little moist, but I think it'll be okay. So we've got some very finer, and this is what Portulacara afra roots look like. They're rather fine. For such a vigorous grower, they're rather fine roots. So that should be okay, but it looks like it's already needed repotting, because you see the circular motion that's going around here? That is that it's needing some room. This is an interesting branch right here. I think what I'm going to do, because look at the stem on this. Look how nice and thick, and see how it's growing out. You know what this would make? This would make a wonderful bonsai tree. The roots are wonderful to put in a bonsai pot, nice and flat like that. I think I'm going to start training this one into a bonsai tree. So I'm going to set this aside right up there. I've taken as much of the soil off, and this is what I've got. I've got this one here that I'm going to train into a little bonsai. That one, I think that's going to look adorable. And this is what I'm going to be putting in back into the pot. So let me go ahead and put a little bit down at the bottom. So here we are with the last one, and this one really needs repotting because the structure of this, see how it's flopping over? The soil has really settled. So we need to get this into another pot, some fresher soil. And it's got a lot of aerial roots. I don't see anything coming out the bottom. Now I was just reading the tag on this, and it says partial sun, partial shade. Okay. And it grows 1 to 2 feet tall and wide. So sounds like this Philodendron Moonlight becomes a bushy plant. I thought it was more of a vining, but we'll see what it does. Ooh. Okay. Let's see what we got here. This one's pretty wet too. Roots look good though. So let's start taking some of this soil off. So here's one, and you can see here, friends, the liner. You see that liner from when they initially put it in? Rosalinda, por favor, mi amor. Basta. One last one in there. See that liner? That is what they put in the little seedlings that they put in here. They never take the liner off, so it looks like it had another one here. So we can take this off. Wow, this really needed repotting. So that will free that up, because I'm sure that was choking. So this will go in one pot. Okay, seeing it's got a new one growing there. Okay, set that there, and let's take a look at this. Wow, this one really, Mamma mia. Look at that. Look at those roots. Wow, okay. I'm gonna cut this because this is very, very long, and so I'm gonna cut it right about here. There. That is still plenty of roots for it to be planted. Are you done barking? You done barking? Are you going to be a good girl now? Yeah? Do you want to come outside? Come on. So the bigger one, the one with the longer roots, I'm going to put back in its original container. And then the one with the smaller roots, I have this little pot, it's a Bonnie Plants pot, I'll put in here. It's perfect size for it. So, let's put a little bit down at the bottom, not too much, and then just kind of drape those in there. Now in this one, the soil line is gonna be, you know what, this leaf here I'm probably gonna take off because it's all chewed up and it's really low, and I wanna put this down a little bit further. So I'm gonna put the soil line right about here, okay? on. Both look fabulous, and I'll have them in 2 different rooms. Well, there you have it, friends. That is my repotting video for you of my birthday plants. You know, not everything always goes to plan, and this was certainly one of those occasions, but it's all good. The plants got into the pots they needed to be in, and although I don't have my elephant bush hanging up here because, you know, it turns out that these homes are made out of cinder block. I don't know, I guess you need special drills or something for that. Anyway, so my elephant bush, variegated, will be sitting right here on my potting bench. You know, it's still small enough that it doesn't need to be hanging, so it's all good. And I will figure that out. I'll find a way of hanging that one way or another. Okay? Now, if you enjoyed this, friends, please do give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out so much, and Rosie appreciates it too. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. You know, we have a lot of fun here, and it's a wonderful plant community, so we'd love to have you back, okay? Thanks so much, friends. Have a blessed day. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.